Hello everyone, welcome to our cooking lesson today. Today's video will be divided into 3 main parts to help you improve your English skills in the kitchen. We will start with the first part focusing on cooking-related verb phrases, followed by the second part where we'll explore cooking-related nouns. Lastly, in the third part, we will dive into cooking-related conversations to enhance your conversational skills. So, let's get started and make your journey to mastering cooking vocabulary an enjoyable one. All right, let's jump into the first part, cooking-related phrasal verbs. 1. Boil water. Heat water until it bubbles. Please boil water for the tea. Before you add the pasta, make sure to boil water. 2. Fry an egg. Cook an egg in a pan with oil or butter. I like to fry an egg for breakfast. Can you fry an egg for my sandwich? 3. Grill meat. Cook meat on a grill. We will grill meat for the barbecue. How long should I grill meat for it to be well done? 4. Bake bread. Cook bread in an oven. My grandmother loves to bake bread on Sundays. You should bake bread at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. 5. Roast vegetables. Cook vegetables in the oven. I plan to roast vegetables with olive oil and herbs. Roasting vegetables brings out their natural sweetness. 6. Simmer soup. Cook soup on low heat. Let the broth simmer soup for about an hour. You need to simmer soup gently to blend the flavors. 7. Stir-fry vegetables. Cook vegetables quickly in a hot pan with oil. I will stir-fry vegetables with some soy sauce. Stir-frying vegetables keeps them crisp and bright. 8. Sauté onions. Cook onions in a pan with a small amount of oil or butter. Sauté onions until they are soft and golden. I always sauté onions before adding them to the soup. 9. Poach eggs. Cook eggs in simmering water. Poach eggs for about 3 minutes for a runny yolk. She likes to poach eggs for her morning toast. 10. Steam rice. Cook rice with steam. It's healthier to steam rice than to fry it. I use a rice cooker to steam rice perfectly. 11. Chop carrots. Cut carrots into pieces. Please chop carrots for the salad. Be careful not to cut yourself when you chop carrots. 12. Slice tomatoes. Cut tomatoes into thin pieces. I need you to slice tomatoes for the sandwiches. He thinly sliced tomatoes for the salad. 13. Mince garlic. Cut garlic into very small pieces. You need to mince garlic finely for the recipe. She always minces garlic before adding it to the pan. 14. Peel potatoes. Remove the skin from potatoes. Can you peel potatoes for the stew? I always peel potatoes before boiling them. 15. Whisk eggs. Beat eggs quickly with a whisk. Whisk eggs until they are fluffy. She showed me how to whisk eggs properly. 16. Blend ingredients. Mix ingredients together with a blender. Blend ingredients until smooth. We need to blend ingredients for the smoothie. 17. Knead dough. Press and fold dough with your hands. It takes time to properly knead dough. Make sure to knead dough until it's smooth and elastic. 18. Marinate meat. Soak meat in a mixture of spices and liquids. I marinate meat overnight for better flavor. Before grilling, you should marinate meat for at least an hour. 19. Season with salt. Add salt to food. Season with salt and pepper to taste. Make sure to season with salt before cooking. 20. Drizzle olive oil. Pour a thin stream of olive oil. Drizzle olive oil over the salad. She likes to drizzle olive oil on her bruschetta. 21. Sprinkle spices. Lightly scatter spices over food. Sprinkle spices evenly over the chicken. He likes to sprinkle spices on his popcorn for extra flavor. 22. Grease a pan. Apply oil or butter to a pan. Don't forget to grease a pan before baking. She used a brush to grease a pan with butter. 23. Preheat the oven. Heat the oven to a specific temperature before cooking. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Always preheat the oven before putting the cookies in. 24. Broil fish. Cook fish under direct heat. Broil fish for about 5 minutes on each side. She prefers to broil fish because it's healthier. 25. Reduce the sauce. Cook the sauce until it thickens by evaporating liquid. Let the mixture boil to reduce the sauce. The chef slowly reduced the sauce until it was thick and rich. 26. Carve the turkey. Cut the turkey into pieces. Wait for the turkey to rest before you carve the turkey. He carefully carved the turkey for the holiday dinner. 27. Garnish the dish. Decorate the dish with herbs or other items. Garnish the dish with fresh parsley. Before serving, garnish the dish with lemon slices. Second part. Let's start learning cooking-related nouns. 1. Pot. The soup is simmering in the pot. Can you pass me the pot so I can boil the pasta? 2. Pan. I need a non-stick pan for frying the eggs. The sauce is gently simmering in the pan. 3. Stove. She left the stew to cook on the stove. Make sure you turn off the stove when you're done. 4. Oven. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees. The cake is baking in the oven. 5. Spoon. Stir the sauce with the wooden spoon. He used a spoon to taste the soup. 6. Knife. Be careful when you use the knife to chop vegetables. A sharp knife is essential for cutting meat. 7. Cutting board. Place the vegetables on the cutting board before chopping. I need to wash the cutting board after cutting the chicken. 8. Ingredients. Gather all the ingredients before you start cooking. Fresh ingredients make a big difference in the flavor. 9. Recipe. She followed the recipe step by step. I found a new recipe for chocolate cake online. 10. Apron. He always wears an apron when he cooks. The apron helps keep your clothes clean. 11. Chef. The chef prepared an amazing meal for us. She aspires to be a professional chef one day. 12. Utensils. The drawer is full of cooking utensils. Which utensils do you need for this recipe? 13. Skillet. Heat the oil in a skillet over medium heat. I cooked the steak in a cast iron skillet. 14. Whisk. Use the whisk to beat the eggs until they are fluffy. She whisked the batter until it was smooth. 15. Bowl. Mix all the ingredients in a large bowl. I need a mixing bowl for the dough. 16. Plate. Serve the food on a warm plate. He put a slice of cake on each plate. 17. Meal. Dinner is the most important meal of the day for me. Let's prepare a healthy meal tonight. 18. Vegetable peeler. Using a vegetable peeler, she quickly removed the skins from all the carrots for the salad. Make sure to hold the vegetable peeler at the right angle to avoid wasting too much of the potato. 19. Cookware. High-quality cookware can make a big difference. She bought a new set of cookware for the kitchen. 20. Seasoning. Don't forget to add the seasoning to the soup. A pinch of seasoning can enhance the flavor. 21. Flavor. The herbs added a wonderful flavor to the stew. This dish has a unique flavor profile. 22. Cuisine. I love trying different types of cuisine. Italian cuisine often includes a lot of pasta and cheese. 23. Spatula. Use a spatula to flip the pancakes. The silicone spatula is great for non-stick pans. 24. Tongs. Use tongs to turn the meat on the grill. She used tongs to serve the salad. 25. Oven mitts. Put on your oven mitts before taking the tray out of the oven. Oven mitts protect your hands from heat. 26. Blender. Blend the ingredients until smooth. The blender is perfect for making smoothies. 27. Mixer. Use the mixer to combine the butter and sugar. An electric mixer can save you a lot of time. 28. Grater. Grate the cheese with a fine grater. She used a grater to zest the lemon. 29. Sifter. Sift the flour before adding it to the mixture. The sifter helps remove any lumps. 30. Ladle. Use a ladle to serve the soup. She poured the stew into bowls with a ladle. 31. Timer. Set the timer for 20 minutes. The timer went off, signaling that the cookies are ready. 32. Scale. Weigh the ingredients on a kitchen scale. A digital scale ensures precise measurements. 33. Measuring cup. Use a measuring cup for accurate amounts of liquid. I need a measuring cup to measure the milk. 34. Serving platter. Arrange the appetizers on the serving platter. The roast turkey was placed on a large serving platter. Finally, let's practice cooking-related conversations together. What are you cooking tonight?
I'm making spaghetti with homemade marinara sauce.
Do you have all the ingredients for the dish?
Yes, I made sure to get everything from the store earlier.
Can you chop the onions for me?
Sure, I'll start right away.
How long does the chicken need to bake?
It should be in the oven for about 40 minutes at 375 degrees.
Do you prefer using a gas or electric stove?
I prefer a gas stove. It's easier to control the heat.
What kind of herbs are you adding to the sauce?
I'm using basil, oregano, and a bit of thyme.
Can you pass me the olive oil?
Here you go.
How do you know when the pasta is done?
I usually taste a piece to check if it's al dente.
Do you want me to preheat the oven?
Yes, please set it to 350 degrees.
How much garlic should I add?
3 cloves should be enough.
Is there any particular reason you use a wooden spoon?
It doesn't scratch the pots and is great for stirring.
Should we marinate the meat overnight?
Yes, it helps to enhance the flavor.
How do you keep your knives so sharp?
I use a sharpening stone regularly.
What's the next step after sautéing the vegetables?
We need to add the broth and let it simmer.
Do you prefer cooking with butter or oil?
It depends on the recipe, but I usually prefer oil for a lighter taste.
Can you help me set the table?
Absolutely. I'll get the plates and utensils.
Why do you use rice vinegar instead of regular vinegar?
Rice vinegar has a milder flavor, perfect for Asian dishes.
What's your secret to making perfect mashed potatoes?
I use a mix of butter and cream for a rich texture.
Do you need any help with the salad?
Yes, could you wash and chop the lettuce, please?
How do you prevent the sauce from burning?
I keep stirring it frequently over low heat.
Should I use fresh or dried spices?
Fresh spices usually give a more vibrant flavor. Use them if you have them.
Do you grill or pan fry the steak?
I usually grill it to get that nice smoky flavor.
How do you make the roux for the gravy?
I combine equal parts butter and flour, then cook it until golden brown.
What's the best way to store leftovers?
I recommend using airtight containers to keep them fresh.
Do you cook the vegetables before adding them to the stew?
Yes, I sauté them first to bring out their flavors.
How do you keep fish from sticking to the pan?
I make sure the pan is well heated and add a bit of oil before placing the fish.
Can you check if the bread is done baking?
Sure, I'll test it with a toothpick to see if it comes out clean.
How much salt should I add to the soup?
Start with a teaspoon and adjust to taste.
Should I use a blender or a food processor for this recipe?
A blender should work fine, especially for liquids.
What's the difference between sautéing and searing?
Sautéing is cooking quickly in a small amount of oil, while searing involves cooking meat at a high temperature to brown the surface.
Thank you all for joining our cooking lesson today. We've covered a range of cooking-related English expressions, from verb phrases to nouns and engaging conversations. I hope this video has been insightful and enjoyable for you. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep experimenting in the kitchen and incorporating these new phrases into your vocabulary. Stay tuned for more exciting lessons ahead. Happy cooking and happy learning!